Hey followers, what's up? Today I have got a conspiracy theory for you all. A cartoon conspiracy theory actually. This conspiracy theory is that the rugrats are dead. Yeah, this is a very commonly done theory on YouTube. I first heard it on John Solo's channel. I will leave a link to it in the description below so you can check it out and subscribe to his channel. It is so amazing and he goes into much more detail than I do, but be warned, he does use some inappropriate language, especially for young ears. Some really inappropriate language, but that's John Solo for you. At the time he was called the John Gasm. You can guess how much inappropriate language he would use back then. So, without further ado, let's get on with this. And warning, if you value your childhood, you may want to look away now. Still here? Okay then, here we go. The rugrats theory, as I said, is very common and it will make you reevaluate your entire childhood. The theory states the babies are dead and Angelica invents them to compensate for her parents' negligence. So to start, let's begin with the most memorable character, Chucky. Well, we all know his mum died when he was extremely young, but what we don't know is that he died with her. And that's why Chaz, his dad, is always a nervous wreck. The DeVilles had an abortion and Angelica could never decide if it was a girl or a boy. So she created the twins and she didn't know what gender the baby would have been born. And as for Tommy, well, he was born, but he was stillborn. That is why Stu is always in the basement making toys for his son that he never had a chance to know. What about Dylan and Susie? Well, they are real. Let's start with Angelica's best friend forever, Susie. She was her only true friend, and for the sake of Angelica, Susie pretended to be able to interact with the babies as well. That's why they're the only bigger kids that can interact with the babies. And as for Dill, well, the theory states that he is the only rugrat not to be fictional. However, Angelica didn't know the difference between Dill and her creations. And when Dill didn't follow her commands, after endless crying and refused to disappear like the others did when Angelica was angry at them, she hit him very hard on the head. Due to this, he sustained a brain hemorrhage, which resulted in deformation. As he grew up, his damage only became more evident, and by the time he was 9 and grown up, he lived as an outcast, being ridiculed for his weirdness and retardation. What about Kimmy? You know, Kira's daughter. In Rugrats Go to Paris, Chaz gets married to an escort called Kira, and Angelica finds out that she used to have a daughter called Kimmy, who died due to an unknown event, and because of stories she'd heard, she manages to imagine Kimmy's personality, her likes and dislikes and what she'd be like, and so she creates Kimmy along with them. Now, as I've already stated, this theory even includes the all grown up series, and it is explained by the fact that teenage Angelica became further addicted to various narcotics which further aggravated her schizophrenia, bringing back her childhood and thus her creation she obsessed over. Because of a time lapse between the present and the last time she interacted with her creations, she made them older. Angelica was constantly taking hits of acid, so she would never have to live without her creations, her only company in a judgmental world. Angelica's mum actually died of a heroin overdose just after Angelica was born. And Drew, her father, in his desperation, married a gold digger who was also an escort that Angelica idolised because she fooled herself into thinking it was her real mum, but also had a concept of her real mum, Cynthia, and took a Barbie doll and made it after her mum's image, wearing an unwashed orange dress and having jacked up hair, which is why she's so attached to it. If you remember, she sang a whole song about being attached to it in one of the movies. Can't remember which one. It was ages since I watched it. Right, later in life, she follows on her mum's footsteps with drugs and everything, dying at the age of 15 when All Grown Up was cancelled. Well, cancelled. Yes, so that's the fan theory. I hope I've ruined your childhood for you. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for watching. And again, as I said, John Solo goes into much more detail. Himself and his friend do the video use extraordinary terrible language. And I hope it doesn't offend you if you go and watch the video. Remember, I did warn you. John Solo's language isn't usually that severe, but his friend that's with him, I've watched a couple of his videos and his language isn't that good. He swears a lot, but John Solo is generally very good. I think this is really the only video of his that I've seen him swear in, so go over, subscribe to his channel. He was awesome. If you're a fan of Star Wars, you'll love John Solo. He does Star Wars stuff all the time. Just go over, watch a couple of his videos. Hope you love them as much as you like mine. So until next time, I'll see you in another vid, followers.